Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to Nine Nar Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. Capital and Ideology by renowned economist Thomas Piketty is an illuminating and extensive analysis that explores how ideological justifications have historically shaped economic inequalities across various societies. Building upon the themes laid out in his earlier work, Capital in the 21st Century, Piketty delves deeper into the ideological foundations that underpin society's acceptance of inequality. Rather than viewing economic systems solely as products of rigid financial mechanisms, the author highlights the crucial role of prevailing beliefs, narratives, and political institutions in legitimizing divergent economic structures. Through an extensive examination of historical data spanning from feudal societies to contemporary capitalist regimes, Piketty convincingly demonstrates that inequality is not an inevitable consequence of economics. Instead, it is a direct outcome of ideological shifts and deliberate institutional choices by those in power. Engaging with the economic history of diverse regions, including Europe, America, Asia, Africa, and Latin America, Piketty provides a comprehensive, comparative perspective on how different societies respond to economic challenges and opportunities. The book is especially valuable for individuals interested in understanding the deep historical roots of modern inequality and the ways in which politics and policy interventions might effectively counteract these inequities. Capital and Ideology pushes the reader toward thoughtfully considering alternative economic models and challenges the assumption that today's economic structures are the fixed orders of human society. Through his formidable scholarly approach compiled into clear and insightful prose, Piketty invites us to imagine and advocate for a more equitable world. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, Historical Evolution of Inequality, Capital, and Ideology dedicates substantial analysis to understanding how economic inequality has evolved historically. Piketty investigates various social systems and their corresponding mechanisms for initiating and maintaining disparities between different societal classes. He emphasizes that economic stratification arises not from natural economic laws, but from systemic and ideological frameworks created and maintained by those in power. By carefully examining feudal structures, colonial economies, agrarian societies, and capitalist democracies alike, he demonstrates clear patterns in how privilege and power have routinely been justified and perpetuated through political rhetoric, religious doctrines, and social norms. These historical reviews underscore the significance of ideological persuasion in sustaining long-term economic inequalities, making evident the constructed nature of disparity and privilege. The exploration lays the foundational understanding that inequality is malleable and responsive to the changes in collective beliefs and institutional structures over time. Secondly, role of ideology in economic structures. A core argument throughout Capital and Ideology is that ideologies significantly shape economic organization and inequality. Piketty asserts that the narrative and moral justifications that society constructs around inequality profoundly influence acceptance and perpetuation of economic systems. He explores the power of political narratives and religious beliefs which societies often create to rationalize disparities in wealth distribution, political rights, and social privilege. The book highlights how concepts such as meritocracy, individual responsibility, national identity, imperialist philosophies, and capitalist ethics are utilized to systematically legitimize income and wealth disparities. These ideologies significantly impact citizens' perceptions and attitudes toward systemic disparities, frequently leading individuals to tolerate or even embrace inequality as somehow natural or deserved. This analysis helps readers understand why certain economic systems endure, despite glaring economic unfairness and widespread discontent among those marginalized. Thirdly, cross-cultural comparisons of inequality. Thomas Piketty provides comprehensive comparisons across diverse global regions, specifically examining Europe, the Americas, Asia, Africa, and Latin America. By adopting this comparative approach, Capital and Ideology illustrates how different cultures and socioeconomic contexts have shaped unique ideologies and approaches to economic distributions. Through these case studies, the author explores universal patterns in the appeal and propagation of ideologically driven inequality and examines the significant cultural variations in handling such disparities. Particularly interesting is Piketty's exploration of colonialism's lasting ideological legacy and its significant impact on patterns of economic inequality. By understanding these comparisons, readers gain a nuanced perspective on how political history, culture, and ideology intersect to create distinct yet connected global systems of inequality, emphasizing the global interconnectedness and mutual influences between various socio-economic structures. Fourthly, alternatives to existing economic models. Capital and Ideology delves into potential solutions and policy interventions to reduce inequality. Piketty outlines comprehensive policy proposals designed to redistribute wealth and reform existing economic systems significantly. Some of the advocated measures include progressive taxation, inheritance taxes, participatory governance, education reforms, universal basic income, and enhanced social programs. He argues that these policy options can dramatically reduce inequality if executed effectively, challenging readers to reconsider the viability and ethical compass of current economic paradigms. Such alternatives highlight his stance that ideology profoundly shapes what solutions seem feasible or desirable. By underscoring successful historical and contemporary examples from various regions, the book guides readers toward understanding how ideological transformations can facilitate effective economic and social change. These policy alternatives are not simply theoretical ideas, but represent implementable solutions grounded in rigorous analysis of historical precedents and socioeconomic contexts. Lastly, political implications of inequality. In addressing the link between inequality and political power, Piketty underscores noticeable relationships between economic stratification and democratic functioning. Capital and Ideology scrutinizes how deepening economic disparities threaten political stability by fragmenting societies, increasing polarization, enhancing populism, and weakening democratic institutions. The concentration of wealth frequently translates to disproportionate influence on political decisions, policies, and ideologies, creating feedback loops that perpetuate and even deepen entrenched inequality. Piketty emphasizes that more profound economic democracy is necessary to ensure meaningful political agency for all citizens. He posits that only by democratizing wealth and increasing participatory power can societies effectively confront injustices inherent in current capitalist structures. This analysis directs considerable attention toward understanding the political stakes of inequality beyond mere fairness or moral considerations. It depicts economic equality as integral to democratic stability, legitimacy, and long-term social coherence. In conclusion, Capital and Ideology by Thomas Piketty is particularly beneficial for scholars, economists, policymakers, historians, and politically conscious readers who seek an intricate and historically rich understanding of inequality. It encourages a profound ideological reassessment of widely accepted economic norms and structures, urging readers to embrace pragmatic solutions backed by historical context and rigorous economic analysis. The book is instrumental for anyone interested in comprehensively understanding the profound interplay between historical narratives, economic disparity, political ideologies, and governance. Our contemporary global dilemmas related to wealth concentration, social justice, populism, and democratic fragility are clearly explained and contextualized, making the book an exceptionally timely and enlightening read. Unlike other economic analyses, this work uniquely integrates ideological considerations into economic discourse, presenting a holistic framework for addressing socioeconomic issues. Purchasing Capital and Ideology provides not only a wealth of historical insights and empirical evidence, but also encourages open-mindedness for creating practical, persuasive policy reforms. Piketty's breadth and depth surpass ordinary economic texts, ensuring readers leave enriched by clarity, historical awareness, and a strong ethical foundation upon which modern policy and social reforms can rest. Its exhaustive comparative approach across multiple global contexts makes it unmatched, delivering profound insights into contemporary and historical constructions of inequality. This book can significantly affect the reader's ability to think critically about societal structures, empowering them with the information and insights required to advocate convincingly for meaningful and sustainable equality and democratic governance. If you would like to support Thomas Piketty, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.